This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good evening, good morning, hello all.
Hi.
Hi, sir.
So hi. We will give a couple
Good
of
evening,
minutes
sir.
for others to join. We'll wait for 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start our session. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Once again, hi everyone, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So yesterday we saw our course content detail. Today pretty much we are going to start our actual discussion. Okay, from topic one. Okay, day one topic we are going to start today. So as I mentioned, so we are going to start our first topic. While going through the topic, I'll explain what are all the interview questions. Usually they will ask. The interview level questions will be discussed, and also practical oriented learning we are going to do. Okay, so anytime if you guys want me to explain something again, please stop me and ask me question so that I'll explain in a detailed way. Okay, so here we are joined together to get knowledge or the information related to performance engineering. So what you guys can do, you guys can stop me at any point of time if you need any information to explain one more time. Okay, so thanks everyone first of all joining this session, and day one session we are going to start right now. The first topic is actually introduction to performance engineering. Introduction to performance engineering. Okay, so right now that understanding is actually missing. That understanding is totally missing. What is performance engineering means, most of us we are unable to explain what is performance engineering basically. Okay, anybody in this forum can try to explain like what is performance engineering? Anybody can try what is performance engineering?
Performance
So
testing is nothing.
Yeah, please go one at a time, guys.
Yeah, okay. Performance testing is subset of performance engineering. Performance engineering is not only identifying the bottlenecks, is
Complete.
that is identifying the bottleneck at the same time removing that bottleneck. That is that
So
purpose are using performance engineering.
yeah, wonderful guys. Yeah, so that's a, definition actually. Okay, performance testing is nothing but telling that there is a problem. That's all. That is performance testing. But performance engineering is something beyond that. Okay, you are going to identify the root cause. You are going to provide a solution. That is actually your engineering. Performance engineering means you are providing solution for certain things. Okay, so right now maybe here in this forum many performance testers will be there. So what is happening nowadays, you guys are doing any release level activity, say like March release activity or April release actually you are doing, and you are doing certain business critical flows. Okay, you are doing business critical flows performance testing you are doing, and finally you are saying your login transaction is taking so and so time, your logout transaction taking so and so time, your search transaction is taking so and so time. Like that, you are providing the number to your developer. Say like you are saying search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. Search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. You are giving that information to your developer. What reaction they will provide, guys? Okay, what reaction they'll say? Your developer, if you are saying search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. What is the first reaction you will be getting it from your developer?
They will ask.
So maybe they will ask, I mean,
Sorry, one at a time, guys. So, what they will do?
yeah, so they will ask where it's taking that 15 second. I mean, at which level it's taking 15 second, and what is
Yeah,
the culprit consuming more time.
correct, Rajat. Okay, so what they will do, they will ask you question, boss. What is this, boss? If you are giving me a general statement like search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds, means where will I go and search it? Where will I go and fix it? Please tell me some pointed information. Please try to give some additional information. Your general statement is not at all helping me to do any kind of a recovery action. Why don't you provide something information which is saying like so and so time is taking in UI layer, so and so time is taking in app layer, so and so time is taking in DB layer, so and so problem with infra. Something you provide it to me. Don't say like general information. That is what your developer will say. Correct or not? Definitely they'll tell you like that. Everybody will accept this, right? Because you think like a developer, if somebody is coming and telling you your search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds, means they will get, first of all, they'll get irritated. Okay, I mean, they'll simply say one thing, boss, if I use stopwatch, okay, if I use stopwatch, okay, I can even straight away say search transaction is taking 15 seconds. I can straight away say search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. What you did requirement gathering for 5 days, scripting for 10 days, execution for 5 days, report preparation for 3 days, and finally you are saying search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. Is it a way you will report your numbers? You are taking almost close to 20 days or more than 20 days to say search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds. Not at all fair. That is what the reply you will be getting it from your developer. If you are giving a plain vanilla number, search transaction is actually taking 15 seconds, means they will reply like that one. Okay. So that is where this engineering concept is actually comes to the picture. Engineering. Performance engineering means you are trying to find the problem, root cause, resolution, everything you are trying to do it in the performance engineering phase. You are not only going to provide the generic number, you are going to do lot of investigations. It may be code level, it may be query level, it may be infra level, it may be the layer by layer level, but you are trying to find the root cause. You are trying to find the root cause. That is how the performance engineering is actually becoming more important concept nowadays. Okay, because the root cause of, see, we are working in agile or DevOps model nowadays. Okay, so your root cause analysis is very quick. You are supposed to do your root cause analysis very quick. So in that case, you should have a detailed tooling strategy or process in place so that you can easily find your problem. Okay, you cannot say like I will spend 24 hours or I will spend 48 hours to find the root cause. No, you cannot say like that. No more time consumption activity. Nowadays it's all quick, fast. That is how the things are going. So in that case, performance engineering will help you to identify the root cause and then try to fix the problem. Now everybody able to understand what is performance engineering? Any question guys in this? So now the thought process will come for everybody. Sir, you are saying performance engineering means this one, which means that there is a problem in UI code, performance engineering. There is a problem in app code, performance engineering. There is a problem in DB query, performance engineering. There is a problem in infra, performance engineering. Then how, sir, how it is actually managed? Actually saying, if you are willing to take up everything, you can expand your knowledge. You can expand your knowledge. You can expand your knowledge to UI code level. You can expand your knowledge to app code level. You can expand your knowledge DB query level. You can expand your knowledge infrastructure level. You expand your knowledge architectural level. Yes, yes, you can do it by expanding your knowledge across the layer. The expanding knowledge is nothing but either you do it or you ask somebody to do it. If you have a clear-cut understanding of a certain topic, either you do it or you ask somebody to do it. That is also you can do. Performance engineering, it need not be you are going to do everything. You can provide suggestion, you can provide recommendation, you can provide your findings. That is what your performance engineering means. Okay, but the end objective is very simple. You are trying to optimize your performance. You are trying to optimize your performance. That's where the performance engineering concept is comes to the picture. Okay, so person who is actually involving in this activity is actually the performance engineer. They are trying to optimize your application performance. Everybody able to understand this? Any question till now?
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, Yoganandam.
Infra level means CPUs and memory disk side or another side.
Correct.
Infra
Only,
level. It may.
correct only. Infra side, say like you have 4 GB RAM, but you are having a heavy traffic. Increasing the 4 GB to 8 GB, 8 GB to 16 GB, 16 GB to 30 GB, 32 GB, or 2 core machine to 4 core, 4 core to octa-core, octa-core to hexa-core, or your configurational stuffs. All those things are infrastructure related, Yoganand.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. So nowadays the problem is, guys, like if I mean nobody is having that kind of a knowledge. I mean, those who are speaking or those who are interacting about these concepts are very, very rare. That's the reason the need of learning this performance engineering concept is becoming very, very high nowadays. Okay. Say if I ask somebody what is heap dump, what is thread dump, what is garbage collection, nobody is actually explaining nowadays. Actually saying that those are very core concepts, very important concepts, but nobody is actually doing that. Nobody is actually explaining that. Okay, so those who are completing our training and attending the interview after getting the job, they are coming and telling it to me, sir, if you are talking about heap dump, or if you are talking about thread dump, if you are talking about garbage collection, we are considered as a high profiled candidate, high profiled candidate, because nowadays nobody is actually talking about that. That's the reason the importance of learning performance engineering is actually becoming very, very high. So that is the reason we are learning this. So performance engineering means what? Not only telling the problem statement, you are going to provide the root cause, you are going to provide your findings, you are going to provide your observations, you are going to provide your recommendations, even you are going to provide the solution. That is what your performance engineering means. That is what your performance engineering means. Okay, so say like, any question guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, do we need coding knowledge to do performance engineering? Like
That's what I told you. Yes, performance engineering is a ocean. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to be today night you while going to sleep you will be sleeping like a normal person and tomorrow you will become a developer. No, it's a journey. It's a journey. Okay, you have to do this journey. But I would say where you are currently. Okay, where you are currently. Say like you are currently doing a performance tester role. Okay, you can expand your knowledge. First, I will recommend you to first make yourself comfortable with all the performance testing concepts first, and then try to expand your knowledge either to a UI or either to a DB, either to the application layer, either to the infrastructure, either to the architecture. Like that, you have to expand your knowledge. First of all, what job role you are currently doing, you have to make yourself comfortable with a detailed understanding, and then you have to expand your knowledge to other spaces. In that course of activity, in that journey, at one point of time, if you wanted to learn coding, yes, you can. Yes, you can. But if you are not willing to do so, you can learn the best practices in coding side, and you can share the best practices to the actual developer, ask them to implement it, and then fine tune the code. That's what I'm saying. Either you do it or you ask somebody to do it. Either way, you can do performance engineering activity. It doesn't mean that you will become an application performance engineer, you will become the infrastructure performance engineer, you will become the DB performance engineer. No. I'm not saying like in a single day you will be achieving everything. No. Okay. But the journey should start from here. That is the reason we are starting this batch. The batch we started because we wanted to start the journey. We wanted to start our learning. We wanted to begin our career as a performance engineer. That is the reason we are starting this. It's a journey over the period. At one point of time in the future, if you wish to learn your technical coding knowledge, yes, you can learn it, or else you can learn the best practices and ask the concerned person to do the activity. Yes, you can either you can do it or you can ask somebody to do it. That is how the engineering is actually happening. Clear, RK?
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So it's up to you, because nowadays, yes, if you are super good in DB side, yeah, DB performance engineering concepts, you can learn it. If you are super good in performance testing, yes, core concepts in performance testing, different types of performance testing, workload modeling, even architectural understanding, even production log analysis, yes, everything can be done. Even if you wanted to expand your knowledge to UI layer, yes, you can learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Or you wanted to expand your knowledge in app layer, yes, you can learn Java.NET. Who knows? But it's a journey. Today, in this place, we are starting our journey. We wanted to begin our learning across the places. We are not only focusing on one particular place. We are focusing on across the place. We wanted to learn each and every concepts in a layer by layer approach. You are not going to only say, I'm going to be a UI performance engineer. No. You are not only going to say, I am an application performance engineer. No. You are not only going to say, I am an infrastructure capacity planning guy. No. But our journey started from here. We are going to expand your knowledge across the layers. That is how you have to approach. Don't think like I will complete every learning, then only I will become performance engineer. No, no, no. You will become a performance engineer now itself, provided you have to start your journey, learn these things, and then you can either you can do that or you can ask somebody to do it. That is how the performance engineering journey is actually started, guys. Everybody able to understand this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. Some 8 years before, one of my friend, he told me, I took a book in library related to UFT. UFT, okay, that's a functional automation tool book. He told me I'm going to read it and then I'll do automation. Till now, he did not do it. So there is nothing like I will completely read and complete and then only I'll become. No, not like that. You can do that work unless and until you are going to continuously learn. Okay. Any load runner performance tester in this forum? Any load runner performance tester?
Yeah, I have load run.
Yoganandam. Yeah. How many years of experience, Yoganandam?
Yeah, 3+ years.
3+. Okay, 3+. Even if anybody having 10+ years in this forum, those 10+ years experience guy also, if I ask, you know all the syntax in load runner.
Some C languages functions is there.
The
And
answer is
day
very
by
simple.
day,
Yeah, the answer is very simple, no. Because right now you don't have the opportunity to use those things because there is no requirement. There is no requirement, so you did not use it. Okay. So similarly, performance engineering is a journey that you are going to learn it and you are going to implement it and then you are going to use it in the real world application. But it's a continuous journey. You are keep on going to learn those concepts and then you are going to be like a performance engineer. Okay, that is how the learning would be, RK. Clear, RK?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So performance engineering means now if somebody is asking, you guys will definitely explain this. What is performance engineering? Because in a detailed way, we learned this performance engineering means what, and the person who's actually doing this activity, performance engineers. They are performance engineers. Their activity is to do fine tuning of application performance. Okay, their primary goal, where to optimize things. Okay, where to optimize things. It may be UI level, it may be app level, it may be anything, but the primary goal is very, very simple. You are going to do the optimization, tuning, compression, minification. Yes, our intention is very, very simple. You are going to optimize your application performance. Optimize your application performance. Okay, first topic we are clear. We are picture clear what is first topic. Now we are going to the second topic, guys. Performance engineering life cycle. Performance engineering life cycle. Okay, guys, we are clear, right? We can move on to the next topic, right? Anybody have any question? Yeah. So guys, I encourage everybody to ask question. If you are having any doubt, please ask question because these are fundamentals. These are fundamental knowledge. So it is like very simple, right? If your basement is not strong, then the first floor, second floor will not be strong in the building. If your basement is not strong, your first floor, second floor and all will not be strong. Similarly, whatever the fundamental concept that we are discussing right now, if you are not comfortable, if you are not comfortable with that concepts, then on top of it, whatever the knowledge that I'm trying to construct will not be is actually not useful. Okay, so please get the understanding. Any question, ask me, we will discuss here. There is nothing like monologue session. Monologue, no, nothing is actually a monologue. It's a dialogue session. Whatever you are asking, I'm going to explain. I'm going to give a different example. I'm going to make you convinced, because you should be convinced, because then only you can convince somebody. Okay, so in that way only this session would be. The entire course journey is like that, and wherever possible the interview questions related topic, if it is coming, I'll try to explain that interview question as well. Okay, because end of the day we are attending this session. Post this session we are going to attend interviews as well, so you should have that confidence, right? So that's the reason I'm explaining. So please let me know if you have any question. Okay, so the next important topic is actually your performance engineering life cycle. Performance engineering life cycle, actually saying is any activity that we do, there is a life cycle activity. Life cycle. Okay, any activity that you are doing, life cycle activity will be there. What is that life cycle? Say like development, software development life cycle, SDLC. Software development life cycle, SDLC. Testing, software testing life cycle, STLC. STLC. And then performance testing, PTLC. Performance testing life cycle, PTLC. And then performance engineering, PELC. Performance engineering life cycle. So every activity that we do, there is a life cycle. I mean, life cycle means what? Step 1, step 2, like that, there is an activity. So right now I'm going to show you the life cycle activities. So what will I do? Maybe for everybody's benefit, I'll explain this. Just a minute. I'll copy paste this entire thing in the chat. Okay, you guys can take it. Okay, this artifacts is very important, so you guys can take it. This is actually a very important thing. I copy pasted in the chat, you guys can take it, or else even I'll try to share it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so PELC, performance engineering lifecycle. Performance engineering lifecycle. What is that? So here the performance engineering lifecycle is there, right? I will try to explain in comparison with the software development lifecycle. Okay, because that will be a little easy. So that's the reason I'm doing it. I'll try to compare this with the developer activity and also the performance engineer activity. Okay, developer activity and performance engineer activity. So what what developer will do usually in the first cycle, they will do requirement gathering. Developer will do requirement gathering. Developer will do requirement gathering. In the same time, performance engineers will do requirement analysis and system sizing. Performance engineers will do requirement analysis and then system sizing. System sizing. Okay. So what is that? What are all the things that they will do during this time period? I mean, requirement analysis you are saying, and then system sizing planning you are saying, what they will really do. What they will really do. Okay. So they'll say right number of resources to provide satisfactory performance. They'll check right number of resources to provide satisfactory performance. What is that right number of resources means? What is your CPU? What is your memory? That is what right number of resources. So right number of resources to provide satisfactory performance, that is actually your first and foremost activity that you are doing. I mean, what performance engineers will do, they'll check the right number of resources to provide satisfactory performance to the end user. And then growth rate, I mean user growth or data growth. User growth or data growth whenever we are focusing on certain application. I mean, this year so and so concurrent user, so and so data storage. Next year so and so concurrent user, there so and so data storage. Like that you are thinking, right? That is actually the growth rate. Growth rate. How you are improving from year over year or month over month. How you are doing your improvement. That you are checking it in the growth rate. Growth rate. And then storage requirements. I mean, storage means what? Your data storage, right? So performance engineers, what they will think, they'll think like, okay, these guys are retail customer, lot of data will be stored. These guys are travel customers, yes, the lot of data will be stored. These guys are healthcare customer, lot of data will be stored. These guys are some maybe a manufacturing, lot of data will be stored. Like that, whatever the customer, based on that the storage requirement you have to think. Based on the customer activity that they are doing, you are going to think like what is the storage requirement, what is the storage requirement. That also performance engineers will think during the requirement analysis phase. And then end user response time. End user response time, I mean, when the end user is actually accessing your application, within how much of a time they are getting this data or the response time. Okay, end user, okay, your performance testing tools are not providing the end user response time. It is actually providing HTTP level response time. Everybody able to understand what is your performance testing tool is actually providing? Your performance testing tool is actually providing HTTP level response time, not the end user response time. Anybody can say why?
The tools will not measure the client-side rendering times and CSS files uploading in JS files creating time even.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So very good answer. So I hope everybody in the forum will understand this. Anybody have any question like why we are telling like your performance testing tool is not providing client side or browser side metric? Anybody have any question in this?
Ronan, I have one question. Like generally, the resource. Can I ask?
Please proceed.
Yeah, that resource planning, everything will be done by architect, application architect, not by performance engineer, no, as per my knowledge, because I'm not sure by how they will determine how many number of CPUs and servers, and in each server how many CPUs and RAM should be there. Based on the, for example, if the client has given the user load, they are anticipating about 1,000 users at any given concurrent time, at peak time, and based on that, how they can determine how many number of servers they need across application layer or DB layer, and in each server again in turn how many cores should be there and how much memory should be there in the system. All those details should be provided by architect, no? Not by PE.
No. See, it is organization to organization. The naming convention will be there. In certain
Okay.
organization, even they call that as architects. In certain organization, they are calling them as performance engineers. Okay. Usually, the
Okay.
architect role is the developer's advanced role is architect. Developer's
Okay.
advanced role is actually architect. Okay. The performance engineers can be anybody. Okay. They may be the advanced role of performance testers, or they are a pure performance engineers. Okay, either way it is possible. So it is organization to organization, they are having this naming convention. Okay, yes, the activity, whatever you're saying, even architects in certain organization, architects are performing this. Yes, in certain organization, performance engineers are doing this, but activities are common, the job role is little different.
Okay. And how they generally come to finalize this configuration settings based on the requirements provided by the client or business? Is
So
there
it
any
is,
tools?
see, it is majorly by experience and
Yeah.
partly by discussion. Okay, majorly by
Okay.
experience, partly by discussion. Now, what they will do, they will discuss and interact with the stakeholder or important key stakeholder in the customer side, and they wanted to decide like what is our current number, or how many end user will be coming to your application, what is your user volume, user transaction, user throughput. All those discussions will be happening, and finally they'll come to the conclusion. Okay, this is what I'm going to bring load to my application, and I'm going to think like 1,000 users will be coming to my system. Next year, 2,000 user will be coming to my system. So I'm going to prepare for that 2,000 user load now itself, like that. There are by experience and there are by discussions. That's how these things are happening. Maybe once the application reaches to production, it's all production log. But for the brand new application, it is all by discussion.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So say like for some of you need to get the benefit of what we are discussing. So this is browser, and this is your application server. So whatever you are trying to hit it, okay, it will go to your application server, and then whatever the response you are getting back, that will come to your browser. This is what usually happening in the browser. Say like as a performance tester, what you guys will do, you will keep your tool in the middle. It may be Jmeter or it may be anything. You will keep your tool in the middle. So when the request is actually going, the tool will take the copy of the request. The tool will take the copy of the request. Okay, and the request will be going to your server, and then a response will be coming. What your tool will do, it will take the copy of the response. It will take the copy of the response, and then it will send the response back to your browser during the recording. During the recording, what is happening? It is taking the copy of the request, it is taking the copy of the response. The tool is doing that because your tool is acts like a proxy server. Your tool acts like a proxy server. During the replay, what is happening? During the replay, this entire layer will not be there. This entire layer will not be there because your tool is not using this. Your tool is using the copy of the request to hit your physical server, and then a response is actually coming. Okay, a response is actually coming. It will check both the recorded response and replay response are same. It will say pass, If it is different, it will say fail. If it is same, it will say pass. If it is different, it will say fail. So that is how your performance testing tool is actually working, because of which only I am saying it is not providing what? It is not providing your browser level numbers. Browser level numbers, your performance testing tool is not giving. But in load runner, you have a protocol called true client protocol. In load runner, sorry, it's true. In load runner, you have a protocol called true
Load
client
runner,
protocol. Yes.
load runner side true client is there. At the same time, Jmeter side is also web
Selenium
drive.
correct. Yeah,
Selenium
Selenium
web
correct.
drive.
That's what. So those tools are saying like they are giving the end-to-end response time, but actually saying it is not the true representation of your complete response time. And again, there is a problem. It is not going to give the split up of your numbers. You split up. Okay, complete time only it will give you. It will not give you which layer, which time and all. It will not provide. It's actually a end-to-end response time only. It is going to provide a end-to-end response time only. So that is the reason we are focusing on this engineering concept, so that we are going to get a detailed information about these things and all. Okay, client side, server side, DB side, infra side, like that you are trying to get the number. You are trying to get the number. That is the reason everybody is interested to learn these performance engineering concepts nowadays. Okay, so that is very, very important. That is very, very important. Okay, and then number of concurrent users, you can think peak transactions that are going to be used, like that you are going to do the requirement analysis. As a performance engineer, you are going to do the requirement analysis, you are going to do it. Okay, developer will do requirement gathering, performance engineer will do requirement analysis and system sizing. Yes, I got it. Next, developer will do architectural understanding, performance engineers will do architectural review. Performance engineers will do architectural review. What is that architectural review? Basically, your design should be simple and your implementation should be simple. Your design should be simple, your implementation should be simple. That is how your architecture should be. Somebody is giving the architectural diagram to you means you should easily understand that architecture. That is how your architecture should be. You should not be so complex architecture. Everybody should understand your architecture. That is the way your architecture should be. Choose right algorithm and data structure. I mean, whatever the algorithm and data structure that you are going to use it in your application, you need to choose a right thing. Why I am saying right thing? Say like 2022, I am developing an application. 2022, I am developing an application. 2025, I wanted to have new concepts to be implemented in that application. New latest concept I wanted to implement in the application. 2025. Is it straightforward or how it will be, guys? Is it straightforward or how it will be? So unless and until if you are not having a provision set in the 2022, 2025 straight away you cannot do a large change in your architecture. No, you cannot do it unless and until you have a provision. You cannot change a huge things in your application. So it is mandatory to make a right decision, right data structure and everything. That's the reason your architecture is actually important. And you should know your architectural limitation as well. First of all, before somebody going to tell your limitation, you should know what is that limitation, and you should even document it, because in future you cannot remember everything, right? You cannot remember everything. So it is a good practice that you are going to document everything and keep it. If somebody coming in the future and they are asking you what is the problem, why it is actually coming like this, means you can tell them, boss, I know this limitation already. We know this limitation already, we document it already. That is how you have to explain to them. So first you should know your architectural limitation and then document it. That is very, very important. Okay, That is how you should know your architectural learning, architectural implementation, architectural limitation, everything you should be knowing it. I'll take a pause here. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question till now? Okay, guys. So, guys, I mean, today you guys are joined to evaluate us. Thanks everyone for joining, and then you are trying to evaluate us. So, those who are interested to proceed to join in this session and then enroll yourself, please reach out to Kumar sir. This is Kumar sir number. Okay, I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here. This is Kumar sir number 8019952427. Okay, 8019952427. I'm repeating it again. 8019952427. His name is Kumar, and you can reach out to Kumar for any further information. This session, I mean, right now what we are attending, right? This session is actually a weekend session. Saturday and Sunday only session will be there. Weekend session. So we created this session to fulfill the requirement from many learners. What they mentioned to us is that I'm unable to focus in the weekdays. Can you start a weekend session? So based on the interest of multiple learners, we started this weekend session. So here what we are going to do, Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours, 4 hours per week. Like that, in 6 weeks, we are going to complete the entire learning. So that is how this course content is actually designed. Okay. So every weekend, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian time. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian time, we are going to have this session. Correspondingly in other locations, the US students, UK students, Australia students, they can correspondingly 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the corresponding time zone. You can join the session, and that's what I mentioned, right? Every day 2 hours session, like that. Weekend session, weekday holiday. Monday to Friday is holiday. Saturday, Sunday only are going to have the session, and all these videos, all the sessions, we are going to record it, and we are going to share the session through YouTube playlist URL. This videos you will be having a lifetime access. Lifetime access will be there. Even after the completion of the session, you can watch the video and then you can ask your question, get the clarity. So it doesn't mean that you have to, if you are missing one session, what will happen or what? No, nothing will happen. You can watch the video after the session, and then you can ask your questions. Okay, so that is how we are going to provide the lifetime access to these videos, and all the artifacts, documents, softwares, application, war file, everything we are going to share through Google Drive. Google Drive, we are going to share it, so you guys can download it, and then you can simulate everything in your local machine itself, and then we are going to learn everything through practical learning, and every practical learning we are going to cover it, and then interview preparation is also along with the regular session we are going to do it, guys. Okay, so that is also we are going to cover it as part of this session. Okay, those who are interested to enroll to this session, please reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. Yesterday we did our demo. Today we started our day one session. Okay, so from upcoming weeks, we are going to continuously learn this. Don't miss any session, because it's all a lot of information, lot of useful things, lot of concepts we are going to learn, lot of practical understanding we are going to learn, real world example we are going to share. So don't miss any session. Please enroll yourself for your continuous learning. So those who are interested, please reach out to Kumar sir. 8019952427 is number, and we will from upcoming weeks, from coming Saturday onward, we are going to continuously learn this performance engineering concepts. First of all, thanks everyone for joining this demo session, for evaluating us, and thanks everyone for joining this session. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.